Action.
Hi, I'm here with Harold Flynn, the CEO of BioLays. BioLays is a company we recently launched coverage on that we're very excited about the long-term growth prospects. And BioLays is a world leader in dental lasers, and they've got doing business globally over 90 different countries with 30,000 plus.
Yeah, over 30,000 lasers sold today. Yeah.
Right. So, Harold, in a flyover, in a paragraph or two or three, could you tell us a little bit about BioLays' products in their marketplace?
Yeah, BioLays is the world leader in dental lasers, and dental lasers really come in two fundamental forms. The first form is diode lasers for soft tissue only. And we have well over a 25% market share in soft tissue lasers around the world. And those are in probably about 40 to 50% of the dental clinics around the world. So it's a fairly mature market in that side of the business. And these are lasers that are placed, and then they use consumable tips as the lasers are used over time by the dentist. So it's a bit of a razor and razor blade model. On the all-tissue side, which is really the most exciting opportunity for BioLays to grow, those types of lasers treat not only soft tissue in the oral cavity, but they treat enamel, and they treat bone and dentin, so that's why we call them all-tissue lasers. These have very high capabilities to help with periodontal disease, to help children have no shots and no pain when they go to the dentist to get cavities filled, and to manage periodontal disease, endodontic disease by the way of disinfection, and all the way down to helping 1-month-old babies that are having difficulties lactating to actually do what we call a frenectomy, which is cutting that little piece, that tissue underneath the tongue to release it and allow the babies to latch and nurse better. So it's a wonderful platform, and it's a unbelievably capable technology that really is still in only less than 10% of the dental clinics around the United States and less than 5% around the world. So we're at this next phase of now moving that into the everyday dentist.
You're looking at the hockey stick curve there, so there's a very large total addressable market opportunity here. Could you kind of give us a sense of the depth and long-term size of that opportunity?
Sure. In the United States, there are well over 150,000 dental clinics and 190,000 dentists. And again, if we estimate 7,000 or 8,000 of those have all-tissue lasers, then you have over 100,000 dental clinics where there is opportunity to place a laser. And so the addressable market is quite large. And Europe, Middle East, and Africa is well over 40% bigger than the United States, and then Asia, Pacific, and the rest of the world would add additional addressable market that would probably more than double, nearly triple the size of the United States. So it's really in its infancy, and we've just now come out with a new product that will really start to move into the everyday dentist that makes it extremely easy to use, self-training, 3 taps and the clinician can be lasing, and that's the WaterLase Express.
Tell us a little bit about that product and getting the market to adapt to it.
Yeah, our previous product was a roughly $80,000 to $85,000 laser. It's called the WaterLase I+. That was our 4th generation. Fantastic piece of equipment, very capable, very high power, but we knew we needed something for the everyday dentist, something that had today's connectivity capability. So it's actually got a Samsung tablet as a user interface, so we can leverage Wi-Fi. We can leverage the fact that people can be parts of communities. And we have well over 120 4K resolution animations that teach the dentist step by step every procedure, the right technique, the right speed, so that they're always supported by the system. And even on that piece of equipment, there's one little button that they can push on the front of the tablet that immediately sends an email to our customer care and technical support or our distributor partners around the world. And within 3 to 5 minutes, we can be on the phone with them to give them technical or clinical support.
Wow, that's terrific. So in terms of this massive marketplace, your company and your positioning, how do you increase your market share? What steps do you take to accomplish that?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'd say that, while we have very dominant market shares in a number of these areas, the real key is the growth of the market. So we want a larger slice of a much, much bigger pie. So the best way to do that is to really look at three things. One is the clinician, right, and get them comfortable through these methodologies we just talked about in using lasers for more parts of their procedures that help the patients have a more comfortable experience. And then educate them so where they have great outcomes with these pieces of equipment. But lastly, it's to generate patient pull. Right, to have mothers, wives, fathers, brothers, sisters talking about the experience they had at a dentist that said, I didn't get a shot, I didn't have any pain. My doctor cured my periodontal disease without doing massive gum surgery and charging me $5,000 to $8,000. So the whole going to the dentist is a much better experience than it ever was.
They beat you up and you still write them a big check.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a good gig.
It is. So looking at the company from the economic perspective of a consumer and the patient, the consumer being the dentist, a little bit about the value proposition to each party.
Sure. The dentist has the opportunity to treat more disease, treat earlier, right? So when they purchase our equipment, when they purchase our equipment, all dentists are not only great practitioners and altruists and people looking to help people get out of pain and repair their oral function, they're also business people. They're running a small business, so they need to make sure that they have a return on investment. So when we think about the pricing and the value proposition of our equipment, we think of it in terms of higher efficiencies, the ability for the clinician that uses laser dentistry to attract more patients because it's a more favorable experience. But as well as they're going to add new procedures. Much like you might have heard the company Align took the orthodontist procedure into the general practice with technology, we'll be able to enable the same sort of movement in periodontal management, so gum disease. So now the general practitioner and every patient really wants their doctor to just take care of their problems. So now they'd have the armamentarium and the technology to do that in a minimally invasive way. So that allows that dentist to do more dentistry, to keep the patient in their practice longer, and to do more dentistry on the same patients instead of having to spend a lot of money marketing to try to gather new patients at a time where there's incredible competition for new patients with corporate dentistry, the dental service organizations, and others. So it's really a great level setter to be able to give them more capability to bring more procedures in.
Sure. And thanks so much for coming to the conference today and coming out to Los Angeles here and meeting some of the investors. I know that your company is perhaps a little bit underexposed or undercovered in terms of Wall Street, and that's where we feel there's an additional opportunity to be very early to a great growth story. I guess finally, in terms of calibrating some of the obstacles ahead in the next year or so or two, what are some of those obstacles that you got to take on?
I think it's really the status quo. Moving dentists out of their status quo, they become very comfortable doing what they've been doing.
Change
is difficult. The only thing that likes change is a wet baby. Right? So it's important. It's important for us to make sure we can help them ease through that transition. The obstacle of getting patient pull and getting awareness out there. So one of the ways that we're attacking that is to look at a local market like Los Angeles, where we were here today at this conference, to be able to now pilot and do essentially what we call a model market with about 1/10 of the dental community in the United States in a very small area around our headquarters. So to overcome those obstacles, we're going to use this as a laboratory to see which things work best to actually implement and integrate the technology, get broader adoption, and generate demand. And then we'll be able to take that and port it to other major markets around the country.
That's terrific. So you have it. Biolase, symbol BIOL, trades on the NASDAQ, and we feel much room for growth ahead. Thank you, Harold.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for coming.
Appreciate it, Robert.